The wind howls through the ruined city, carrying the distant hum of approaching enemy ships. Elias stands atop the wreckage of a fallen building, scanning the battlefield through his suit's enhanced vision. His HUD highlights heat signatures, clusters of alien patrols sweeping through the ruins, searching. They know something is out there. They just don't know what.
Enemy reinforcements closing in. 4 squads, heavy infantry, air support inbound.
Elias exhales slowly, his grip tightening on his weapon. A grin tugs at the corner of his lips. Let them come. He leaps from the building, landing in a crouch. Dust swirls around him as he moves through the shadows, his footfalls silent. The first patrol moves cautiously, their weapons raised, scanning for movement.
Alien Commander, urgent. Something is out here. Stay alert. Orders are to capture or eliminate on sight.
Elias doesn't give them the chance. He raises his arm, activating a wrist-mounted energy blade. With a swift movement, he lunges, slicing through the first soldier before the others can react. Sparks fly as the blade carves through armor. The second alien turns to fire, too slow. A single energy shot from Elias's rifle ends it. The remaining soldiers panic, shouting in their strange, guttural tongue. They fire wildly, but Elias moves like a ghost, weaving through the debris, striking from the darkness. In moments, it's over. The bodies lay motionless in the rubble.
Patrol eliminated. However, enemy air support is inbound. You are exposed.
A deep rumble shakes the air. Elias looks up. Massive, sleek alien dropships slice through the sky, scanning the ruins below. Elias sprints toward cover, his mind racing. He's strong, faster than ever, but even with the suit's power, he's one against an entire armada. He needs a strategy. He needs to turn the battlefield against them. Time to show them how humans fight. Elias moves through the war-torn ruins, his armor dark against the ember glow of destruction. His enhanced vision scans the landscape, marking movement in the distance, human survivors. They hide in makeshift shelters beneath collapsed buildings, their eyes hollow with fear and exhaustion. Humanity was scattered, broken, hiding in the shadows of their own world, but not yet gone. A young survivor, no older than 15, clutches a rusted rifle as Elias approaches. His hands shake, his face set in defiance.
Stay back. We don't have anything left to take.
Elias stops, raising his hands slowly. The glow of his armor casts eerie light on the boy's gaunt face. I'm not here to take anything. I'm here to fight. Murmurs spread among the survivors. A frail woman steps forward, her voice weak but desperate.
A warden. But they said you were all dead.
Elias glances at the ruins, the bodies, the despair in their eyes. His jaw tightens. Not all of us. He kneels, pressing his palm to the ground. A holographic interface flickers to life, showing tactical readouts, enemy positions. He points to a nearby alien outpost, fortified but not impenetrable. You want to survive? We stop running. We take this fight to them. Silence. Then, one by one, the survivors begin to stand. A single warrior could never win a war, but a warrior could ignite one. The sound of weapons being loaded. The first embers of rebellion ignite. Survivors, once broken and afraid, now move with purpose. They gather scavenged weapons, set up ambush points, and rig explosives in the shadows. There's no way in. Their shields deflect everything we have. Elias glances down at his armored gauntlet. The blue energy flickers as he clenches his fist. Not everything. He turns to the survivors, his voice steady. Stick to the plan. Hit them when they're blind. Take their weapons. We move fast. We move hard. A young woman tightens her grip on her rifle, nodding. The tension is thick, but the fire in their eyes is growing. Elias breathes in. Then he leaps from the overpass, landing in a roll. The moment his feet touch the ground, the battle begins. They expected scavengers. They expected weakness. They had no idea what was coming. Explosions rip through the outpost as Elias charges forward, cutting through enemy lines. Survivors strike from the shadows, overwhelming the confused alien forces. The battle is fierce, brutal, chaotic. An alien commander watches from the security feeds inside the outpost. Its four eyes widen in shock as Elias carves through an entire squad like a specter of death.
Alien commander. This cannot be. The wardens were extinct.
Elias storms through the corridors, his HUD marking the central power core. He slams a charge into place and steps back as alarms blare. Elias! Not yet. The explosion erupts, sending fire and debris into the night sky. The screen fades to black as the alien outpost collapses. The war-torn ruins of Earth stretch endlessly, but among the wreckage, hope flickers. Hidden beneath collapsed structures and in underground tunnels, the remnants of humanity gather. Men and women, hollow-eyed and weary, listen as Elias stands before them, the glow of his advanced armor illuminating the darkness. Survivor leader, cautious, doubtful. You expect us to fight? We've been running, hiding, waiting to die. Murmurs of agreement ripple through the crowd. Some avert their eyes, too broken to believe in another lost cause. Voice unwavering. You weren't waiting to die. You were waiting for a reason to stand. He steps forward, meeting their eyes. I'm giving you that reason. Silence. A young girl, no older than 10, clutches her mother's side, staring at Elias with wide eyes. She has never known a world without fear. Gritted teeth, struggling with hope. And what do you have that changes anything? Elias lifts his weapon. Its core pulses with alien energy, modified through the technology of the ancient wardens. He activates his helmet's display, projecting a map of enemy movements. Alias, knowledge, firepower, and the will to fight back. His gaze hardens. You want to die in the shadows, waiting for them to find you, or do you want to make them afraid? A long pause. Then one survivor steps forward, then another and another, until the entire group is standing, faces grim but determined. Scattered survivors, abandoned soldiers, forgotten people. They had no heroes left, but in the fire of resistance, one was reborn. Elias training them in guerrilla tactics, teaching them how to use scavenge weapons, setting up ambushes. Explosions light up the night as their first strike cripples an alien supply line. The rebellion has begun. The underground shelter is no longer silent. The once scattered survivors are now training, preparing for war. Makeshift weapons are being reinforced with alien tech salvaged from fallen enemies. Elias walks through the camp, watching as fear turns into determination. They had been broken, beaten, and forced into the shadows, but a single spark can ignite a fire. Elias stands before the gathered survivors, his voice steady, unwavering. The enemy thinks we are nothing, that Earth is already theirs. Let's show them they're wrong. A ripple of agreement moves through the crowd. Weapons are lifted, fists clenched. A new energy surges through them, hope. A young woman practicing with an energy rifle, guided by an older veteran. A group learning guerrilla tactics in the ruins. Elias sparring with a survivor, his movements precise, deadly. They would not fight for survival. They would fight for victory. A vast alien warship orbits Earth, its shadow stretching across the ruined landscape below. Inside, an enormous chamber hums with energy, an alien war council in session. Holographic projections display battle footage of Elias and the resistance striking down patrols.
This should not be possible.
He gestures and the projection zooms in on Elias, cutting through enemy ranks with inhuman precision.
The readings are clear. This human possesses technology far beyond anything in their arsenal. This armor, this weapon, it is not theirs.
Murmurs ripple through the council. The alien emperor, a towering armored figure, stands.
Then destroy him. Deploy the eradication squads. Wipe out this infestation before it spreads.
The order is given. The council chambers dim as the fleet mobilizes. Thousands of dropships descend upon Earth like falling stars, their engines howling like a coming storm. The sky above Earth darkens as the alien fleet descends. Hundreds of warships, their hulls glowing with energy, begin their assault. Explosions rip through the ruins, sending shockwaves across the battlefield. The ground quakes as massive alien walkers stomp forward, their weapons charging with lethal energy. Their full might had arrived. The final war for Earth had begun. Elias Kane stands on a high vantage point, his armored silhouette framed against the burning horizon. His new suit, now fully integrated with the ancient technology, pulses with blue energy. The HUD inside his helmet flashes warnings. Incoming hostiles, overwhelming numbers. But he does not flinch.
Forces vastly outnumber available resistance. Tactical retreat advised.
The human resistance emerges from the ruins. Battle-hardened survivors, scavenged weapons in hand. Makeshift defenses light up as gunfire and plasma blasts arc through the air. Elias leaps from his perch, activating his thrusters. He crashes into an advancing alien squad, cutting through them with ruthless precision. One soldier, one army, against an empire. The battle erupts in full force. Explosions rock the battlefield. Resistance fighters push forward, ambushing enemy patrols. Elias moves like a phantom, a whirlwind of destruction, dodging energy blasts and cutting down enemies with superhuman speed. Above, the alien war council watches from their ship, their faces twisted in rage as their forces fall. The alien emperor stands, eyes narrowing as he gives a single, chilling command.
Deploy the executioner.
The battle pauses as a monstrous drop pod slams into the ground before Elias. The dust clears, revealing a towering alien warrior clad in obsidian black armor, standing over twice the height of a human. Red energy hums from its twin blades as it locks eyes with Elias. They had one final weapon, a warrior forged to kill wardens. Elias exhales, tightening his grip on his weapon as the executioner charges. Their blades clash, sending out shockwaves that level the ruins around them. The fate of Earth hangs in the balance. Smoke drifts over the battlefield. The ground is scorched, littered with the wreckage of alien war machines and fallen warriors, both human and extraterrestrial. The sky, once filled with enemy warships, is now clearing, revealing the first hints of dawn. The war was won, but at a cost. The invaders had been driven back, their empire fractured. Yet, for those who survived, victory felt like an empty word. Elias staggers through the ruins, his armor dented and scorched. He pulls off his helmet, revealing a face marked with exhaustion and determination. Around him, the surviving resistance fighters tend to the wounded, salvaging what they can from the wreckage.
We actually did it. They're gone. For now.
A holographic display flickers, showing remnants of the alien fleet retreating into the void. A handful of resistance leaders gather around, their faces grim but hopeful.
We need to rebuild. Reclaim what we lost.
We need to be ready. They'll return, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but they will. And next time, we won't just survive. We'll be ready to win. The others nod. Determination settles in their expressions. The first steps of humanity's next chapter begin. Later, Elias stands on a hill overlooking the ruins of Earth. The wind carries the distant sound of life returning. Voices, machinery, the hum of something new being built.
You are not bound to this fight alone. You have given humanity a chance to rise again.
No, but as long as I live, I'll make sure we never fall again. He grips his weapon, turning away from the ruins. The screen fades as he walks forward toward an uncertain future, but one forged by fire and survival. The last warden was no longer alone. A new war would come, and when it did, humanity would be ready. Darkness, silence, then a low, rhythmic pulse, the sound of deep space transmissions distorted, almost mechanical.
A noise, alien, translated distorted. Emergency broadcast, fleet annihilated. The warden lives.
A holographic display flickers to life. An alien warlord, clad in ceremonial armor, watches the footage of Elias slaughtering his troops. His reptilian eyes narrow in rage.
One human did this?
Alien advisor, the last of their wardens. He possesses technology beyond our predictions. The High Command must be informed.
The warlord's clawed fingers tighten around the edge of a war map. He turns, staring out a massive viewport into the void. Outside, a colossal fleet of alien warships lurks in the shadows, far beyond Earth's reach.
No. The High Command is weak. They underestimated humanity once. I will not make the same mistake.
He steps forward, activating a command console. A deep, resonant hum echoes through the warship. Across the fleet, engines awaken. Behemoth-class warships larger than anything Earth has ever faced prepare for deployment.
Prepare the invasion force. If the Warden wants war, we will bring him the war beyond the stars.
Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode, The War Beyond the Stars.